Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Backwoods Arsenal Gear, your arsenal for the backwoods life. Just out here having a little ski. Snow's freshly covered everything, so just wanted to share some of my skiing adventures, and probably going to do a backpack review today as well. Recently got a new backpack, so for those of you who know me, I love getting out here in the wintertime cross-country skiing. It just opens up the wilderness, and they're a lot more fun than snowshoes in my opinion, but they each have their own place. Snowshoes are good for the thick brush, but if you got some type of trails, you can definitely get by with the skis. So, it's my first big hill of the rip. Been coming out all week and snow's pretty good today. Not too sticky. That's why the skis are so great. Just effortless to get down the hills. Conserve a lot of energy that way. Look at how gorgeous this forest is. The only thing about the skis is when you come to hills, especially if there's not much room on them, to spread out your skis and walk up them can be a bit tricky. But in my opinion, there's still a very superior way to travel in the wintertime. You don't really realize the benefit of them until you get in the real deep snow. The type of snow where you sink up to your waist. Because even with snowshoes, yes, you'll float on top of that surface. But skis, especially if you wax them up good, you can slide across that surface, 3 or 4 feet at a time, and fairly effortlessly. All right, just a fun little run. Nice little hill here. Hopefully I don't bail in front of you guys. Nice. Yeah, you can definitely never do that with snowshoes. But like I said, everything has its time and place. Today I got my Fisher backcountry skis on, and they're working pretty good. These ones are fairly long. I think they're 210 centimeters or 215. I like having longer skis just because I tend to carry a heavy pack with me. And myself, I'm not the lightest guy, so having that little bit of extra length and wider ski helps you float on the surface. So, but I'm almost at my spot here where I want to do a little review and make some tea when I'm there. Looking up to be a good day. All right, everyone. I'm hoping my microphone sounds okay. So this is my backpack that I just got. I got it from Military First in Canada. I believe it actually came from Scotland. I ended up having to pay duty fees. I didn't realize that when I bought it. The Military First, it's a Canadian website, but I guess they're getting it right from the manufacturer, so this actually came from Scotland. This is the Highlander Forces, and 66 liter. So 66 liters. It's a very decent sized backpack. I am a big fan of Deuter backpacks. I've had a lot of success with them. They're super lightweight. They're really fairly durable, even though they're very lightweight. But one thing I really love about the Deuters, especially the one that I had, which is the 32 Futura, it had a venting system in behind your back that allowed airflow to get in behind there. So if you're skiing or snowshoeing or jogging or whatever, it allowed some airflow to get in there, and it actually worked very well, helped to prevent you from getting a sweaty back. So this one, it's not as lightweight as the Deuter. It's made with the corduroy fabric, so it's definitely more durable. I'm not as worried about scraping it alongside trees and stuff. But my Deuter was just, because I'm starting to film a lot more and bring more equipment out with me, it just wasn't cutting it for space. So I ended up having to get something a little bit bigger. 66 liters seems to be useful for now. Another thing that the Deuters had that I really liked, they had a built-in rain cover, where this one I actually had to buy a separate rain cover. But I am a big fan of the multicam. This is definitely not as expensive as a Mystery Ranch backpack. I think I paid $117 for this. That's a pretty good deal. Even Deuters themselves are very expensive, so I couldn't really go wrong with it. It does have quite a bit of space. Like I said, it's very durable, so we'll just sort of go through the whole thing, top to bottom, left to right. So up top, you just got some bungee cords here for strapping on whatever you need. Spin this around. So there's a pouch here, and this is the stuff that you need for quick accessible stuff. So I carried my headlamp in there. I got some snare wire and a tin with some tinder, bug net, my balaclava, some vet wrap, a candle, and some artificial sinew for any repairs. And I fairly well just keep this with my stuff that I need, quick accessible items. Moving on to the back, we might as well start there since you guys can see it. So the pads on the shoulders are very thick and wide, so they're very comfortable so far. Haven't had any issues. As you can see here, there's this little Velcro tab. You can actually adjust this so you can move this down lower if you're a smaller frame person, or medium section, or right at the very top where it's at right now. It's got your adjustment straps, your chest strap right here. You got MOLLE webbing and D-rings down the side of the straps. And then the waistband is nice. It's very thick too, and it has pockets on the one side, on the right side. So, but yeah, the pockets are decent on that. Here's the pad on your back. So like I said with the Deuter, there's an actual visible space in between, so it actually allows like quite a bit of air to get in behind there, and it keeps your back from getting sweaty. Not all the time, sometimes you work really hard out here and you end up sweating, but this one has a bit of airflow. I don't know if I can really get that in the camera, but these pads come off a little bit, and it does allow some air to move there. But this is, it is what it is for the price that I paid. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the multicam. It's not as expensive as a Mystery Ranch. So on the very front, we've got some webbing down here. You can lash stuff to. You also got some MOLLE webbing on each side. The very front has a little pocket. So I keep this as a utility pocket. I keep some of my utility items in here. I have sharpening stones in here. I actually have this wicked little item. This will cut through metal. If you ever find a need to cut through metal, it's like a little, whatever you call them, quick saw or whatever, handheld quick saw. Got sharpening stones, marker. I got a bellows for blowing into the fire. And I also keep my multi-tool in there. So that's my little utility pouch. It's decent enough room. In some ways I wish this pack had some stretchy pockets, just so they can accommodate a bit more room, because the corduroy fabric, it doesn't have much give to it. So it's not like my Deuter. It had a little bit of a stretchy pocket on the side. In this pocket right here, That's where I keep my water bottle. So that was one thing I really liked about the Deuters, the stretchy pockets. You can just slide your water bottle in there. I noticed with this this pocket, when I cover it up, that little seam, when you try and zip it up, ends up getting in the way a bit, the little overhang. So it's a little bit finicky, but you know, you make these things work. This side, I have all my tools. So eventually I'm going to do a video on this, but to my friend Caleb Musgrave and Nick Dillingham from Nick's and the Sticks, I think it's called, his YouTube channel. We're all advocate, we're all very big in support of crooked knives. And these are essential for the bush out here. This is one that I made. It's got a bit of a bend in it, so you actually just use it as a draw knife. But these are essential in the forest. Like, you have no clue how important these are. Just as important as your knife. If you're doing any type of woodwork, a crooked knife really makes the job go very well, because you can make axe handles, paddles, traps, feather sticks, you know those portable buck saws that you can make out of the logs or the sticks. So it's we'll eventually do another review on these, but I keep that in there. I keep a backhoe saw. I have a couple more knives just for fine wood carving, and then I also have a fillet knife in there if I ever catch some fish. So, but yeah, I keep all my knives and utility stuff in there. Sorry guys, had to readjust and just double check that my microphone is working. Alright, so further into this pack, so the main hatch, it's quite large. It's got 2 drawstrings, so you can actually fit, you know, most of your stuff in the main compartment, and then if you do need to, you can strap something on top of it and then lash it down with your main latches there. So in here, I'm actually going to put it on because it's fairly cold out here right now that I'm not moving. So I got my multicam jacket. Like I said, it's very cold out here right now. This is a quite heavy and thick jacket, so it works keeping you warm. It's got reflective stuff on the inside, so helps reflect the heat back to you. Yeah, like I said, now that I'm doing a bit more filming, I'm bringing a lot more, like, you know, little stuff like camera equipment, so my Deuter just wasn't cutting it. So I got all my little batteries and microphone and filming gimbal and all that stuff in here. I carry a shmeg with me. These are one of the handiest things out in the bush. I can't even describe how many times I've used this just as a scarf, or even like a sunblock to block you from in the hot days. Even for gathering stuff, you can make it into a rough style pouch and actually get it to help you with gathering. I brought some lunch with me, oranges and miso soup, some more filming stuff. I got my butt pad, Thermarest butt pad, spare battery, power bank battery. Yeah, and then I got a couple bottles of water in there. So in the main compartment, I don't know if we can get this on camera, there's also a little pouch. That's where I keep all my ropes and webbing. So you've got your main compartment, and then there's like a sleeve in the back of it. Little stretchy sleeve here. So you can probably put a hydration bladder in there if you want. But yeah, that's the main compartment. And then at the bottom, it's fairly large. This is really nice. In the bottom compartment, I have my thermos because it's cold out here. I got my teapot, my jet boil. So I forget how many liters this is. It's definitely 3 or 4 liters, I believe, you can fit in here. So this is, teapots are essential for the bush. If you don't have a water purifier with you, at least you have a way to boil water. I put my rain cover. This is a rain cover I got from Military First, multicam as well. And then I just keep a couple spare webbing and some metal lashing rubber coated wire, and then also some more bank line. But yeah, all in all, this is a a really good pack for the price. I'd really like a mystery wrench, but I can't spend that much money on a backpack when I have other gear that I'm looking at. So I have worn this pack with my plate carrier, and it doesn't seem to interfere too much with it. And you know, the biggest selling point, I guess, on this is it's a well-built pack, and it's a good price. Like I said, I paid 117 bucks for it from Military First. I had to pay duty fees on top of that. It was like maybe 50 bucks, but you know, all in all, this is a really good pack for my adventures, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So stick around. I'm going to be doing lots more reviews on all the gear that I have acquired over the years and that I find very useful for your life out in the backwoods. So here's the backpack on my body. I'm about 5'7", so I'm not super tall, but it works well. And like I said, it's multicam, so it blends in really well, and it's made of that Cordura fabric, so it's super tough. So I just wanted to thank you guys for watching my video and visiting my channel, Backwoods Arsenal Gear, your arsenal for the backwoods life. Hit like and subscribe if you please. Thank you.